Hello there, my name's Sheena from Pretty, and today I'm going to be giving you some advice on one of our most asked questions, and that's how to lace up the back of a wedding or bridesmaid dress. We do get various different ways that brides try to do this on receipt of the dress, or the bridesmaid dresses, so this should give you good guidance on how to go about achieving the maximum fit and the best fit from your actual gown. Okay, starting with the laces, they will all be tied onto the side when you receive your dress, so make sure you unravel them. So starting point is at the top of the lace up back, and that's really important. Do get a lot of ladies telling us they can't get the dress to fit, and it's often because they've started at the bottom and gone upwards. But when I get down to the bottom, you'll understand why we start at the top. So starting at the top of your gown, you thread the laces through the very top two loops and pull the laces out and towards you. Now, first thing to make sure you do is just make sure that the laces are level. If you get one that's considerably shorter than the other, you'll end up running out of laces halfway down. Okay, so that gives us a good starting point. I would always ask the bride or bridesmaid just to hold on to the dress whilst they're getting laced in, and then I'll explain how we go from here. So, over to your right hand side. Now you're bringing the lace straight back and threading it under and out towards yourself again. Okay, so that's your first bit. Don't worry if your laces twist over a little bit, that may happen as you're going down. So that's the first crucial bit. Now it's a steady routine all the way down now, so always pick your top lace up, so the one that's at the topmost, and we're taking it straight over to the right and straight back on ourselves. So we'll do that in a continuous motion all the way down to the waist area. So it's just going to take me a little bit of time, so feel free to fast forward if you need to on this little bit as I quickly lace through. Okay, so over and back. Top lace, over and back. And remember, you go through from the back and out to the front. And this will give you just consistency when lacing up the dress as well. Top lace, over to the right, and back again. Quite often at this stage you'll hear the bride or the bridesmaid going, tighter, pull me in tighter. But you can't really do anything with regards to pulling in until you get down to the waist area. So when we get down to the waist area, we're going to go back to the top and start to pull the dress in so it takes shape. Okay? So top lace again, to the right, and back again. Of course, myself and the girls do this on a regular basis, so we're a bit speedier, so don't beat yourself up too much if it takes you a little bit longer to get your laces threaded through. And back again. Okay, at the moment you'll be able to see skin through to the bride, the vanity panel's not fully across, but again, once the dress starts to take shape, that'll close in the back of the dress. And it's the stress of the lace up back that gives the best fit and stops the dress wanting to move down. So from our point of view, from a design point of view, it's always best to opt for a lace up back over a zip in your dress. Zips don't take the stress, and they have to be undersized really by a seamstress to make sure that they're taut enough on the body, whereas lace up backs, you use the lacing to pull in. So right, I'm just about at the waist now. So I'll just pop this lace across. Now what we're going to do, and this is where the dress will start to take shape, is we're going to go back to the top and pull out the excess. Now at this point, if you can please ask the bride or bridesmaid to lift their cleavage, not the dress, their cleavage back into position, because as you put the dress on, it will naturally want to flatten you downwards. So it's important that you lift the bust line back into position before you start taking the dress in tighter. So if you can ask the bride to do that, and then you literally pull the laces together. Can you see how I'm doing that? And then you take the slack and pull the next lower down laces. Okay, so it starts to take shape. So you're just pulling the excess out of the laces and tugging the back together. So the bride will start to feel the dress hugging her now as well. So all the time we're moving the extra lacing down through the lace up panelling, and we're going to need that extra lacing to finish off the lacing at the bottom of the dress as well. So this is the best time to make sure that your lacing's flat as well. If anything's twisting, flip it over at this stage. Now I've got one that's flipped. Just flip them over and it'll give you a nice lacing detail as well. Okay. So we've started to get down to the waist area. Flip that one over. So now we've got a significantly longer lace than where we were left with a minute ago, and you can already see it's starting to take a beautiful effect on the back of the gown. So back over to the left hand side, so underneath. Okay, top lace again, and we're off again with the same routine that we were working on before. Okay, and the bride will appreciate that her dress is starting to take shape now as well. Like I say, it's just important that the cleavage area is cupped in position by the dress, so the dress can do the supporting work then as well. Let's quickly lace up these last few laces. Flip those over as we go. Now the vanity panel that's underneath, feel free to move this around. They are on little poppers, so you can unpop them if you need to, and it just gives you a great way to position the vanity panel as well. But you see, I'm tugging this in as we go. The vanity panels, if anything, like to move at the top just here. So mine's dropped down a bit, which is why I'm getting this crumple. So just lift that back up and it will smooth itself out, you see. That's giving us a much better finish. And again, taking the laces through and down to the bottom area. And when we get to the bottom, say I'm tugging in a little bit more. We're going to neaten off the laces at the end as well. If you find that your vanity panel is significantly, or your lacing panel is significantly wider than what we've got here, if you're out here, you might find that your laces come up short. We do occasionally find that, and that unfortunately is because the size of the dress is possibly one size off from where it should have been for your ordering. So do shout out, and if we've got spare laces, we can help you with that, but quite often they need to be reattached so you've got a double length on your lacing. That, or I'm afraid, sorry to say ladies, it might be a bit of dieting just to make sure you get the best fit from your gown again. Okay, so we're nearly at the bottom of the vanity panel now. The laces are great, they do give you an allowance to let in and take out, so you can get another 2 inches out of there, or potentially pull in another inch as well, so it'll give you a snugger fit, or it'll give you a comfortable fit if it's slightly broader. Like I say, your laces will need to be a little bit longer if you're using a real maximum width on there. But you see how far over your vanity panel comes, so you've certainly got the clearance in the back of the, there we go. There's a good few inches left in that vanity panel to use as well. So we're at the bottom of the lace up panel, so what we're going to do is just knot this and then tie it in a bow. And then at the bottom of the vanity panel, some of the bridesmaid dresses have zips we've started to install in the new collections as well, but you will always find a gap area, so if you've got a zip, just undo the zip, pop your laces inside. So you're just going to poke them in the bottom of the vanity area there. And that neatens up the finish on the dress. And there you go, all done, looking lovely, perfect lacing distance as well, and that should give you a really snug fit on the dress so you don't spend all day putting your dress back up again. Thanks for taking the time to view this tutorial.